Welcome to 2023, the land of opportunity for property investment, but where can you find the opportunities? So let's face it, there's been a lot of changes over the past 3 to 6 months that really does bring a lot of shift to the market. And remember, change equals opportunity. But if you don't know where to find the opportunity in the first place, you're kind of screwed, right? So a lot of people message me asking, well, how can you find these opportunities? Maybe you've seen some of the properties that I've posted on the channel. How can I find them? Well, of course there's Rightmove. I'm not really going to go through that, but it's not actually Rightmove that you need to bother with. When I go on Rightmove, the first thing I'm looking at is the commonality of agents mentioned. So I'm going to find the top 3 to 5 estate agents that I can actually build a relationship with. Now at the start you might go in them on a weekly basis, but if you can't do that, ringing them up consistently. Now my recommendation is very similar to marketing, sales calls, everything else. Instead of thinking how many times should I get in contact with them, it's how often can you do it consistently. There's no point getting in touch with people once a day and then not talking to them 3 months. So if you could get the perfect amount, I'd say once a week at the same time every week. So if you had your lunch hour on a Monday and you had your 3 to 5 agents and you called them every single week and you just went, hey Alex, it's Jamie again, just want to touch base. Have you got any XYZ properties available? Jamie, I told you last week, not available. No worries, bud. Let me know if it is and I'll call you next week. Now you might think, oh man, they're going to get really annoyed at this. No, be humorous, have fun with it. And I promise you, if you have clarity, I'm going to talk about that in a second, on what you're looking for, they will end up calling you on a Monday, and I promise you, it will get to a point where they'll call you and go, Jamie, it's Alex, I've got one. I thought I'd call you before you bloody called me. And they will do that. It's fun, it's building a relationship. Now let me link back clarity. The clearer you are on what you're actually looking for, the better. You cannot go anywhere and go, especially agents, and go, I will buy anything that makes money. Like, what the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean? What if it makes £1? That makes money, therefore you want it, right? That is a surefire way to get added to somebody's list. So instead, if you said, hey, I'm looking for 2 to 4 bed freehold houses that need up to £10,000 need spending on it in a strong buy-to-let rental area. That has really honed it in. Now that's not a message you can say once and they suddenly remember. You need to say it over and over and over and over and over again until they see a property and they go, that's for Jamie, and they give you a call and it's in the bag. So let's face it, yes, that's a good way to actually get properties. They do represent about 88% of the market after all, from traditional and online estate agents. But let's think about the other 12% of the market. Well, this is where it gets fun with private sales. In the UK, around 10% of residential sales, your average property, is sold actually privately. That's quite high, I think. 1 in 10 opportunities will be done on a private basis. So how can you get your message that you want to buy a property in front of the right person at the right time? Well, let's start with offline marketing. So there's 2 types of offline marketing. That's going to be your direct messaging, your direct marketing, which I'll talk through some options, but also relationship building, which people seriously underutilize in the property sector. So let's go with offline marketing. You've got leafleting and direct mail as the most 2 common ones that I'm going to go for offline marketing. Number 1, leafleting. What you want to do is draw out your area here, break it into 4 quadrants, and you want each quadrant to represent about 1,000 houses. Now you need to target the right message here, and the way you do this is using a marketing principle called AIDA. A-I-D-A. Attention, interest, desire, action. So you're building awareness. Hey, are you looking to sell your property right now? Build the interest. Maybe you've got negative equity. Maybe you're going through financial problems, or maybe you just want to move on to your dream home. Let's build the interest. Now, desire. Hey, I buy a property in any situation, any condition, and any location, and then action. If this sounds like it could be for you, please call me on this number. Now, top recommendation for leaflets, by the way, is do not put your website on there. The one benefit that you have with a leaflet is that they are only reading about you. If you direct them to a website, they will type that in on Google, and then hundreds of property buying companies are now in their remit. The only time I would take it online is with a QR code. So imagine they've got a QR code. If you want to find out more, scan here. They scan the QR code, it takes you to a landing page, and then you see me. Hey, Jamie York here, you're watching this video because maybe you've received a leaflet or a letter from me, and the reason is because I want to buy your property. Here's a little bit about how I work, and if you're interested, you can fill in your details below. Not bad, right? So that's a way you can use technology in a landing page with a video of you to capture the audience. You can also retarget them with something called a pixel, but I'll talk about that in a moment. So now that you've got your quadrant set up that represent about 1,000 in each, you've got your ADA certified leaflets. You're going to send 1,000 here on week 1, 1,000 there on week 2, 1,000 here on week 3, and 1,000 here on week 4. And you're just going to circulate that on a weekly basis again and again and again and again. So what you don't want to do with leaflets is you can't be particularly targeted with it, but you also don't want to scattergun thousands and thousands and thousands of leaflets at a time. Just so you know, a rough average, about 10,000 leaflets, which cost you about £50 per 1,000 to print and distribute. At about 10,000 leaflets, that's going to get you one deal closed. And bear in mind, one deal, yeah, that costs £500, maybe £600, but one deal could make you tens of thousands of pounds or hundreds of thousands of pounds over the long term. The other one is letters, and let's do a little direct mail here. I will target agents that are out of contract. So agents that are getting in your way, or agents that are out of contract. So any property that's online between 3 and 6 months, I will write letters to the owners of that property. Quick tip on how to find that, by the way. If you want to find an address quickly on Rightmove, scroll down and there's a link on them about estimated bills. And if you click on that, it will show you the full address of the property. Bet you didn't know that. So when you're sending these letters, what I would say is have integrity. I will always try to go through the estate agent first, and if they're getting in my way, I'll write the letter. And yes, I will cut the agent out of the communication if they're useless, but I'll also not cut them out of the money. If they do have a right to the money, I'll make sure they will get paid. So that's the offline with the direct messaging, but also building relationships. Look at the NLA, the National Landlord Association. So it's not a legal requirement to be part of the NLA, but a lot of old school landlords are a member of it. They have like quarterly meets with 10, 15 members. But the cool thing is, these old school landlords often are the people that own big portfolios that bought their property for £3.75 in 1856. And now the average property is at £300,000. A lot of them are looking to offload, especially with the changes with Section 24, other taxes. It means they're looking to offload. So you can actually go there, you can send out an email to their database, build a relationship with them, and more than likely you will be able to pick up some really high quality properties, and maybe even at a discount. That's us offline. Let's get online. Now, my favorite paid for strategy is Facebook ads. And I mentioned earlier that if you use a QR code that goes to a landing page, which if you don't know what that is, a very basic website, you can do something called pixeling. So what is pixeling? Well, it's specifically to do with Facebook ads. It's a Facebook pixel, very easy. Have a Google on how to set it up. You're watching this right now. Okay, now you're seeing a clear picture of my beautiful face right now. But actually what it is lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of little dots. They are called pixels. Okay, now when you set up a pixel tracking code on Facebook, I know it sounds really geeky, by the way, it's a quick Google away. You could pay somebody 10 quid to set it up. If you see this pixel of this video on that landing page, I can then follow you around. So maybe you're watching this, maybe this is your first video you've watched, maybe it's your second video you've watched, and then watching the next few days, you might start seeing loads of ads on YouTube, on Facebook of me, because you've been captured in that tracking code, and now you're going to get retargeted, maybe from my education company. And if you're watching this and you want to do some paid for education and learn more from me, you can put education in the comments. But you can do the same. Let's say a vendor sees your video, hey, I'm Jamie, I'm looking to buy your property, blah, 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 and they fill in their details. Well, wouldn't it be great then, every time they went on Facebook, they saw your face saying, hey, my name's Jamie, I'm looking to buy a couple of properties right now, and I'm with Doris. Doris is somebody's house that I bought recently. Doris, do you want to share the experience? And that way you can build trust as you're going through. Yes, it's a little bit technical than sending a letter, but the thing that I love about Facebook ads is I can be in Leeds right now in my studio, or I can be away skiing, or I could be in Dubai, or I could be climbing a mountain. Guess what's happening? My ads are still going out there, and instead of me going out to find the right person at the right time that's got the right property, all I need is the right message with the right targeting and the right ad spend. I test about £10 a day, by the way. And then it will get out there and people will come to you. And by the way, if you want a free way that's a decent way of getting properties, you can go on Gumtree. Now, Gumtree is mostly free. People post it on there. Now, the cool thing is, most people that post a property on Gumtree is because they specifically do not want to talk to agents. They want to talk directly to the person buying the property. So this is a great opportunity for you to have a conversation direct to the vendor. You can click a button, get somebody's number and their email and call them. Another cool way you can do it, by the way, is you can actually set up an ad on Gumtree for something like £20 to advertise the fact you are looking to purchase a property in this area, a certain type, at this moment in time. Again, a very cheap and effective way to get vendors coming directly to you. But hey, these are just some examples of getting you with the best foot forward. Now, are they bulletproof? No, you need to mix it up in the right way. You need to think about the right messaging at the right time. Who should you need to target? And if you're watching this and you're thinking, do you know what, I'm ready to go all in right now and invest in myself, then I do have some paid for education programs. If that is you, just put education in the comments and one of my team will be in touch and we'll have a free one-to-one consultation call to make sure what we've got is right for you. Otherwise, we'll put a link in the description. You can get on that. If you want more ways of getting direct to vendor and taking advantage of the opportunities that are on their way in 2023, then let me know in the comments and I'll do some more videos for you. If you did get value from this, make sure to tap the like button. Takes you 2 seconds, really does help the channel grow. So as I said, just click the like button there. And if you are new to the channel, you want to find out more about property investment and really build up your education around it, make sure to hit the subscribe and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.